Yo, what is happening, guys? Welcome back to the Inspire Action channel. Of course, we're back for another reaction. Not today, we're back for another RAN reaction, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail. Today, we'll be reacting to RAN Par. Now, I don't know what type of song this is from RAN. I don't know if it's a political type one, which I kind of assume it is from the title, but we'll see when we get into it. But either way, we're going to enjoy it because RAN does not fucking miss, and that is a fact. Last reaction, we actually reacted to RAN explaining a bit of the backstory and behind the scenes and all of High Ran, which I literally uploaded. It's right there. But I do want to react to more interviews with Ren. I want to react to more of his music, so keep suggesting his music. And I want to react to more interviews with Ren and just stuff of Ren behind the scenes and getting to know him more as a person. So if you have any like interviews or anything like that that you would suggest for me to watch and react to because they're good, drop them down below. Or like I always say, there's a first link in the description. You can click on that and it will take you to a playlist and allow you to add videos into that for me to react to. I really would appreciate it. But as always, like I always say, hope you all have an amazing day. If you not, switch that shit the fuck around. Still have an amazing day. Always trying to spread positive vibes, entertain, and have fun on this channel because that's what it's all about. It's all about the fun and the vibes. Now, Ram. Power. What type of song is this gonna be? I don't know. But I was about to say I'm prepared for it, but I'm never really prepared for what Rand's about to bring to the table because he amazes me every time. But I guess we're somewhat prepared.
Get it? Power.
Ooh. This beat?
These kids don't play my shit, I never had a top 10. Maybe it's cause I sing about violence and depression. They say don't blame these kids, just focus on yourself, friend. Well, if they don't like what I'm doing now, then fuck them. Don't quit my
I love that part. That first off, that fucking beat. That's a nice ass beat. Okay, so it ain't a political song. It's a rap song, and I'm all for it. It's a Rand talking his shit type song, and I'm all here for it. But I love that little part whenever he says that no one listens to me. I ain't even got a top 10 because all I do is rap about violence and depression, because all I do is rap about the depression, all the stuff I went through, and violence, and tell these stories. So I've never had a top 10 because you'll never find a song like that on the top 10 list because no one wants to listen to that shit because that's reality and no one wants to listen to reality. They want to listen to the bullshit lies. And then also, it's never going to be a top 10 because it's just too realistic and considered violent to be a top 10. But hey, he ain't fucking wrong. But I want to go back and let that beat start again. To the start. I love the way that beat started out. I also like the way he said, if they don't want to listen to me, then fuck them.
Power. These kids don't play my shit, I never had a top 10. Maybe it's cause I sing about violence and depression. They say don't blame these kids, just focus on yourself, friend. Well, if they don't like what I'm doing now, then fuck them. Don't trip, I up the ante, learning licks like John Pashanti, smoking spliffs and popping candy, idolizing Sid and Nancy. Woo! Rock and roll in my soul, bumping knocking cold on the dole, fish and chips and games consoles, council house and violent flow. But life.
I like that. I like that the way he says on the door, fish and chips. So good. That was so good. The way he said on the door, fish and chips, and then he mentioned about living in a house of council, a council house. For anybody who like doesn't get those bars, maybe anybody who doesn't live within like the UK or anything, obviously the dole is basically somewhere where you go that if you don't work, there's many different benefits you can get, like disability allowance, that if you can't work, but then you can also get job seekers, which is they pay you a little bit of money while you find a job. So anyway, the dole, you sign on to the dole and they pay you money. And he turns around and says the dole, and then fish and chips, because the dole's a very popular thing to be on. Fish and chips is literally like every fucking British person likes fish and chips, it seems to be. And then obviously he mentioned about a council house. I already explained what a council house was in the tale of Violet's Tale, I think it was, which is literally, it's just kind of like a lower class house, like one of those houses that you would look at and it's not a nice house, it's just, it has a roof over your head basically. Some of them are nice to be fair, but it has a roof over your head. But I just love the way he did that. He said about the dole, the fish and chips, and the council house, and it was just like all these type of like stereotypes that like the average person in the UK would have. Like it's not obviously realistic, but it's just a funny stereotype type thing. I like that. That was funny. 49.
High up the ante, learning licks like John Pashanti, smoking spliffs and popping candy, idolizing Sid and Nancy. Woo! Rock and roll in my soul, bumping that King Cole on the dole, fish and chips and games consoles, council house
and game consoles because you would sit there and play games at it.
Home. Mum and dad took a trip and they split shalom. What will be, but me, I hate to see my mum alone. Late night crying, get so high to try to silence sounds of fighting. Through the walls I heard love dying, so I focused on my...
That one right there, whenever he turns around and says about his dad leaving or whatever, and then he turns around and says about his parents fighting through the wall, I would hear shouting and violence basically, and I would hear love dying because they were arguing. They're always violent. They're constantly arguing and never getting along. So I hear love dying because that's exactly what it is.
That's what it was. I focused on my... Now let's go back. Let's go back. These kids don't play my shit, I never had a gold plaque. My style is old school, but I swear this ain't a throwback. I put my visions into rhythms on a dope track. To understand the place I'm coming from, let's go back. When I was 16, I was a sick teen, I was a victim of my head. I was just 16, up in the kitchen, racking up lines till my nose bled.
This is the perfect fucking example of when you have a particular accent and say words a certain way, it sounds so good. The way he says that I was 16 and I was a victim of my own head, and he goes, I was up in the kitchen. So it's the way he pronounces it. It's like the time Eminem explained and everyone turns around and says you can't rhyme any word with orange, no word rhymes with orange, and Eminem goes, you technically can if you just say a word a different type of way. And he says orange, or you could turn around and say I'm touring orange. It's like that's not the example used, but like, you know, you could ram it. So it's the way Ren says there. He goes, I'm a victim of my head, and then I'm up in the kitchen. I just love the way his accent has him pronounce those little words that just go so well that if he didn't have that accent and pronounce them that way, they would sound out of place. But because he pronounces them with that little twist, they sound perfectly in place. I love just the way the way you pronounce certain words puts it in place, and if you didn't pronounce it that way, it would sound completely off. 127.
Into rhythms on a dope track to understand the place I'm coming from. Let's go back. When I was 16, I was a sick teen. I was a victim of my head. I was just 16, up in the kitchen, racking up lines till my nose bled. 16 in an affliction, in an addiction with my dread. I was just 16, I was quite sick then. I was a prick then, I was a pleb, but fuck it, we're all misguided individuals, life can suck it. My cup ain't half full, man, I'm filling up the whole bucket. I'll drink my tears so I can drown my sorrow. Sing like I might die tomorrow. Live note for note, I go.
That little part there, whenever he says about my cup, it's not half full. Fuck it, I'm filling up the bucket. He says, hey, my cup ain't half full. I'm filling up the bucket because I'm getting every single thing I want, every single thing I can grasp in my fucking grip out of life. I'm getting it. So fuck about filling the cup. I'm filling the fucking bucket. And then obviously he turns around and says there about what was it? Fuck, what was that part there? 153.
Ain't half full, man, I'm filling up the whole bucket. I'll drink my tears so I can drown my sorrow. Sing like I might.
I'll drink my tears so I can drown my sorrows. I'll drink my tears so I will drown in my sorrows. And then he mentions about, because fuck it, I could die tomorrow, so fuck it, why not just go for it?
Die tomorrow, live note for note, I go for broke on every single song I wrote, and every single song I write brings freedom to my weary mind, a healing that you'll only find inside an intricate design of kicks and snares and fat bass lines. I flip the script until I find my...
His friend is just vibing like, oh shit.
It is what it is. I focus on my...
I love how his friend is just
now
getting into it.
Run the track. Get it?
love how the song was very simple too. It was literally just them driving about in the car.
Get it? Power. Get it?
All right, well that was Ran Par. Yeah, well that was Ran Par. I love the way his friend was literally just completely getting into it as he should. His friend was literally just getting into the fucking beat and was literally like, oh shit, he's going off, and I fucking love that. But yeah, no, I love the whole vibe of this one. I just love the way he got in. He had some of the realism, but he also just had where he just showed you he could rap and he could actually make a beat and he could make a catchy song without having to speak about real shit the whole way through. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of people would turn around. It's the same way with NF. A lot of people turn around and say, "Oh, NF can only rap about sad shit. He can only rap about this. He doesn't actually have the skill to rap." This was Ren showing you I can make a song without talking about politics or depression or my backstory the whole way through, and it can sound fucking good. I can do everything, whether you want him in or not. You can call me a one trick pony, you can call me skillless, but it just ain't fucking true. Now, and I like the way he displayed on this track. The beat was hard, like I said. I like the way he had a few things of the realism in there about the depression, drowning in my sorrows, like you would normally say. But then he also, I love the part whenever he just says about he doesn't have a gold plaque, he's never had a top 10. He goes, if they don't want to listen to me, cool, fuck them. And he just called them all out. I loved it, but as you can tell by the smile on my face, I fucked with that. Hope y'all fucked with this. If y'all fuck with the vibe, like, comment, and subscribe as always. Links are always up here and in the description box down below. If you want to see me do more than just react and you want IRL vlogs content, Undisputed Vlog, gamer content, Undisputed Gamer, Twitch, TikTok, all this and that. If you want to check them out, I really would appreciate it. But yes, this was Ran Par. Keep suggesting them and keep reacting. Like I said, suggest some songs and suggest some interviews or the behind the scenes or anything with just where I can get to know Ran a little bit more outside of his music, and I would appreciate that too. First link in the description. You can add videos to a playlist or you can just comment them down below, whichever one's easier for you. But as always, hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all are feeling positive. Hope y'all had an amazing day. And I hope y'all are staying safe. I'll see you in the next one. So, peace.